my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use the lactic acid serum. Now at first I want to go over some general information, and then I want to share with you a step-by-step application on my face so that you can see it visually when trying this out at home. Now lactic acid is an exfoliant that helps loosen dead skin cells on the skin surface, which can be extremely helpful if you're suffering from dullness, fine lines and wrinkles, textured skin, to some extent even with hyperpigmentation such as sun-damaged skin and post-acne marks, and it can help to improve those conditions over time. Now, lactic acid can be used on all skin types, but it's especially great if you have dry skin since it helps to increase hydration within the skin. Now, when working with lactic acid, what you have to keep in mind is when you're using it, sun protection and the overall frequency. Now, lactic acid can be used in the morning and or evening, and sunscreen during daytime is important. So if you're planning on using lactic acid during daytime, then wash your face, use lactic acid, and then finish with a moisturizer that already includes SPF or a regular sunscreen to protect the skin. If you're using lactic acid in your evening routine, then cleanse your face, move on to lactic acid and follow with a moisturizer if needed. However, if you're only just using lactic acid in your evening routine, you still need to protect the skin the next day during daytime with sunscreen. So just wash your face with your cleanser and then move on to your moisturizer with SPF or your regular sunscreen to protect the skin. So it doesn't matter when you're using lactic acid in your skincare routine, like morning or evening, you always have to protect it with sunscreen when being exposed to the sun during daytime, but in the evening there is no sunscreen needed. Now, if you're being new to lactic acid, the frequency does play a big role. So as a general guide, I recommend using it once per day, 2 to 3 times per week. And over time, if you should feel the need and your skin can tolerate it, you can increase the frequency and use it more often throughout the week. If you want to know more about the frequency and how you can adjust it over time, I have a specific video for you in the top right corner, which you can check out. Now, when being new to lactic acid and you are just about to include it in your skincare routine, before you're going to apply it all over your face and neck, the best advice that I can give you is please do a patch test on your upper forearm to see if any sensitivity occurs. And if you want to know how you can do a proper patch test, I have a guide for you in the top right corner. Just replace that specific product with your current product that you have at home, but the steps will remain the same. And if no sensitivity occurred, then you can include it in your skincare routine and start off using it. And so this is now what I wanted to share with you. So for the first step, doesn't matter if you're doing this in the morning or evening, your first step is always going to be the same, and this is washing your face with a suitable cleanser for your skin type and needs. Now I recommend sticking to a gentle cleanser, meaning a non-exfoliating acid cleanser, since lactic acid does already exfoliate the skin, so therefore we do not need to use an exfoliating acid cleanser, but we're going to switch it to a gentle cleanser that works well for your skin type. Make sure that your gentle cleanser does not irritate the skin, nor makes the skin feeling dry afterwards. Now I have 2 examples right here. I have Cetaphil's Gentle Foaming Cleanser, which is a great daily cleanser that can help to remove any excess oil, dirt and sweat from the skin, which is, for example, suitable for normal to dry combination skin. So if you have, for example, oily skin, look for a gentle cleanser that's suitable for oily skin, so that it also will work for your skin type and needs. However, when wearing sunscreen and or makeup throughout the day, your usual daily cleanser may not be strong enough, which of course depends on how stubborn your makeup and sunscreen may be. And this is where you probably need to switch your cleanser from your daily gentle cleanser into a gentle cleanser that can help you to break down sunscreen and makeup, such as, for example, Paula's Choice Omega Complex Cleansing Balm. And cleansing balms are the ones that I can recommend, which are suitable for all skin types and work great to break down everything in one go as your evening cleanser. So those are just 2 examples. If you have your favorite gentle cleansers at home that work well for you, go ahead and stick to it. Now in this example, I'm going to stick to Cetaphil's Gentle Foaming Cleanser. And when using a different cleanser as I'm about to use, then please make sure to read on the back of the packaging on how you should use your cleanser, since the directions can change depending on the cleanser that you may have at home, so that you are able to properly wash your face. Now you can go ahead and wash your face above the sink, but if you prefer to use your cleanser into the shower, then go ahead and just wash your face in the shower, which is very convenient and just works as well as if you're doing it above the sink. So whatever your routine may be, just don't forget to start off with washing your face to have a freshly washed and clean face before moving on to the next step. So with Cetaphil's Gentle Foaming Cleanser, it is recommended to apply it on wet skin. So the first step that I'm going to do is now wetting my face and neck with lukewarm water to warm water. So let's go ahead and do this. Then go ahead and use about 1 to 2 pumps, so about a coin size amount of your gel, milk or cream cleanser. However, if you have a gentle foaming cleanser with a pump, you probably need to use a bit more, between 3 to 4 pumps. Use it in the palm of your hands, then use it between your hands and gently massage it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute. So, and once you're done with massaging your cleanser all over your face and neck, you can go ahead and again rinse it off with lukewarm water to warm water. And if you should have troubles removing the cleanser properly from the skin, you can go ahead and use a fresh washcloth in between, which you can wet, and this can help you to remove the cleanser a bit better. So, and once you have rinsed off your cleanser, take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry. So now once you're done with your cleansing step, you can immediately move on to your next step, which is applying lactic acid. Now your lactic acid serum can be from any brand and they usually can range between 5 to 12%. And I have a few examples right here. I have the Ink's List lactic acid or the ones from The Ordinary. Now whatever lactic acid serum you may have at home, go ahead and use that one. What's important to keep in mind is how much you're going to use. So if you should have a lactic acid serum that comes with a pipette, use between 3 to 5 drops. If you should have a lactic acid serum that comes with a pump, use between 1 to 2 pumps. Or if you have a lactic acid serum where you have to squeeze it out, where counting the drops is a bit more difficult to do, then use about a coin size amount and apply it evenly over your face and neck. What's important to keep in mind is use enough so that you can properly and evenly apply it all over, but at the same time do not use too much. The product should be able to absorb into the skin so that it won't feel weird, sticky or tight on the skin, where you can feel like that the product is still sitting on top of the skin surface. Now, whatever lactic acid you may have at home, go ahead and use that one. I'm going to stick to The Ordinary Lactic Acid 5%, and that one has a pipette. So I'm going to use between 3 to 5 drops. I'm going to stick to 5 drops since it has a very thin texture, and then I'm going to evenly apply it over my face and neck. Now, it doesn't matter how you're going to dispense lactic acid. What's important to keep in mind is that there are different ways on how you can apply it. Either use it in the palm of your hand or on your fingertips, or immediately use it on your face and then start blending it all over. Whatever application method works best for you, go ahead and stick to it. Make sure that when applying lactic acid to your face and neck, do not use it on top of your eyelids. Please do not get it into your eyes, and do not use it on top of your lips nor get it into your mouth. If that should be the case, please rinse it immediately with water. You can use lactic acid on the eye contour. However, if you know that you have a sensitive eye area, I recommend avoiding it so that it's not going to irritate your eyes. However, if that's not a problem for you, then go ahead and gently apply it on the eye contour as well. So, and once you have applied your lactic acid serum to your face and neck, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, if this is going to be your evening skincare routine, you either can leave it as it is by just washing your face, use lactic acid, and that's it. There's no sunscreen needed. However, depending on your skin type and your needs, you may feel the need of using a moisturizer afterwards, which is totally fine. Then immediately move on. That once you feel like lactic acid has absorbed into the skin, so wait between 30 seconds to a minute, then you can move on to the application of your moisturizer. Make sure that your moisturizer works well for your skin type and needs, and use about a pea-size amount. And if you have a drier skin type, you can use also a bit more so that you can properly and evenly apply it all over to have a nice layer all over so it feels comfortable on the skin. However, I want to keep my focus on a morning routine because I want to show you that sunscreen is really important. So again, it doesn't matter if you're using lactic acid in the morning or evening, sunscreen during daytime is important. And so if you now have used lactic acid in your morning routine, or if you did not use lactic acid in your morning routine, you still now would move on to your sunscreen. And depending on your skin type and your needs and maybe your preference, you can get moisturizers that already include SPF, but you can also find regular sunscreen. So depending on your skin type and your preference, choose the right one for your skin type and needs. One thing that won't change is how much you're going to use for your face and neck, and probably for your décolletage as well. And this is using about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon for a face, neck, and blending it down a bit towards the décolletage so that you can properly blend it all over and protect the skin throughout the day. Now, when wearing your moisturizer with sunscreen or your regular sunscreen, apply it 10 to 15 minutes before sun exposure, and don't forget to also reapply it throughout the day if you have sweat a lot. When for a swim where you get the feeling that the sunscreen wore off, then the reapplication is really needed so that you can keep the protection going. So about that much. Then use it in the palm of your hand and then evenly apply it all over. Now, if you should have a bit too much, then you can blend it further down towards your décolletage or your shoulders as well. And for the next time, you know that if you only want to keep the focus towards your face and neck, that you can use a little bit less of sunscreen. However, if you feel like you have not used enough, then again use a bit more so that you can properly and evenly apply it all over. So, and once you have applied your sunscreen all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, this is also an example of how you can properly use a lactic acid serum so that you have an idea of not only what's important to keep in mind when working with such an exfoliant, but also how you can use it on your face so that you can see it visually. Now, in case you don't wonder, well, what were those examples? I'm going to put the example routines in the description box down below so that you can download them and also have a quick look over them so that you can set up your skincare routine accordingly to it, and that you know when you need a sunscreen and when a sunscreen is not needed, because again, sun protection is important when working with exfoliating acids. And this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you find this video helpful and that you enjoyed it. If if you did so, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!